right. Welcome back to another episode of the Entertaining Stupid Podcast. My name is Buddy Jayson, and my friend with me today is...
Rheal.
Hey, buddy.
The only one.
Yeah. No, it's been a while. It's been like about a month or so, I think, since our last one.
Has it been that long?
Well, I mean, we had what I called Matty's Freedom Farewell Tour one weekend, and then after that, WrestleMania was the next weekend.
Yeah.
And then we just got busy or something like that.
We were supposed to have done one then, and we didn't.
Yeah.
And then the next was Easter.
Something like that. Easter, yeah. Yeah, and then now it's just after the weekend after Easter.
Was the last one? Was I on that?
Yeah.
That was
pretty sure.
You
I
mean
think the last one, Stefan was here.
Maybe I wasn't then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I don't think I was with Stefan.
All right. Well, in the meantime, I've made some ginger beer, so
Yes.
We're gonna test it out. Cheers, right?
Cheers.
Let me know how you think about it.
Whoa. Oh. Interesting. Okay, sorry. Just from the name beer, I was like, oh, it's going to be like beer, but it's not. Not at all. Super sweet.
Yes, there's a lot of sugar in this. I think I want to tame that down a little bit.
Yeah, I think you could tame down the sugar a little bit. I'm not getting a lot of ginger.
This one was a bit of a weaker batch, just because I was using the dregs of whatever I had remaining.
Okay, this
So-
was a last chance batch.
Yes. It was just clean out the bottom of the barrel batch.
Because what do you put in there?
It's just ginger, lemon juice, and sugar. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Fucking interesting. Is it alcoholic?
Yes.
Okay.
I use wild yeast or whatever, so this thing's probably somewhere between 3 to 5%.
Okay,
alcohol.
so not hard. Interesting.
Yeah. Connor and Dan love it, so I think I'm just gonna do small batches of this every now and then.
Yeah. No, I'd say keep going for it. It's good. It's very smooth. Goes easy. Doesn't taste alcoholic at all.
It's all the sugar in there that is masking it. Yeah.
And I guess maybe that's the only thing I would say. Like, it's very good. I would just say maybe next time a little bit less sugar.
Yes.
But it's all
I
about
agree with
finding
that.
that balance.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you could do another one less sugar, and you're like, oh, not enough sugar.
Oh yeah. And then I think next time also I'm gonna throw in some weird ass flavors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to add a little something to it.
Yeah. Like a peach and hibiscus ginger beer.
With that, it wouldn't interfere too much with the ginger, would it?
I have no clue. I'm just gonna toss things at a wall and see what sticks.
Fuck yeah. That's the way to do it. Okay, so like say peach. What would you put in it to do the peach flavoring? Peach juice?
No. Well, I mean, you could do straight peach juice, but I think I'd want to do a whole peach, like the actual fruit.
Yeah.
Maybe dehydrate it the week before, just so it concentrates all that flavor, and then dump it in.
Just let it float in the...
Yeah, and let it sort of like rehydrate with the ginger beer.
Interesting. You think that would add enough flavor of peach?
I'm gonna give it a try. I don't know how I want to do this. Whether the peach is kind of like punch you straight in the face, or if it's like the mellow notes underneath.
I guess. Okay, what are you brewing this in? Like, what kind of a container?
It's just a pot.
A pot, like
you make it
stew
stew out of. Yeah.
Okay, then one peach might actually be enough to flavor it.
Yeah, I'm only doing like 2 liters at a time.
Okay. Yeah, no, then a peach might actually add something.
Yeah, so we'll give that a go.
Fucking cool. And you're just doing it in your house?
Yep. Yeah, I got bored one day and just decided, hey, I'm gonna do this. I think that's one of the things I'm sort of finding now is that I like periods of boredom because it makes me go, hey, I want to try and fill this gap with something, and I learn how to brew ginger beer. I think that nowadays it's like we have so many distractions, video games and other adult activities that I don't find myself letting myself feel bored every so often. Yeah,
you're feeling constantly.
Oh, there's always stuff to do and things that we have to get done since we're grown ups. But like, yeah, now on the weekends or like after work or something like that, where it's just like I will leave a period of like 1 or 2 hours of just like nothing planned, and it's like, all right, I'm bored. What do I want to fill this time with? And one day I decided, hey, I'm gonna learn how to make ginger beer. So here it is.
Success.
Yeah.
And I think there's having that feeling, and then most people stop at that. They're like, oh, this would be cool to do, and don't do it. Whereas you actually
I have a little more moxie to follow through.
You actually had the motivation to.
Yeah. All right. Well, what I wanted to talk about today, briefly at the beginning here, is a little more about the details of what I'm calling Matty's Freedom Farewell Tour. So we had Matty's bachelor a little while ago.
Okay, was that
end of March?
3
weeks ago?
Weekends ago?
Yeah.
Or more?
2 or 3 weekends ago, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
We all went out to Calgary.
Calgary.
To have a rip-roaring time over the weekend. And there was a lot of drinking.
Of course.
A lot of pizza. I want to say, I don't think there was ever a time, other than for sleeping, where one of us wasn't drinking.
Nope. I think even some of those guys, right when they first woke up, cracked a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was 18 of us.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That was a big fucking group.
Yeah. So first night, we all arrived and we all congressed at the Airbnb that we stayed at. Mm-hmm. And when we got tricked, Ray, they told us we were going to a craft beer.
That was that night?
Yes.
Yeah, that was that first night.
And we ended up at the Peelers instead. We ended up at the Strippers.
I really didn't think we would end up at the Peelers this weekend. I didn't think so. But lo and behold.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like that I don't know.
Are we allowed to talk about
I don't know. I mean, does Ashley even listen to us?
Does Ashley ever listen to this podcast?
I don't know.
I hope not.
Whatever.
We can't spoil it for Matt.
Well, whatever. We go to the Peelers.
What's out there?
It's out there. I don't know. It seems like the very traditional. What would you say it was like the traditional, or at least like the sort of idealistic bachelor party thing that everybody's got in their heads?
Is go to Peelers?
Yeah.
Yes. Which it's extremely traditional, which is so funny to me because it seems so counterintuitive to me.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. I think the way it's supposed to be is like you're celebrating your last night of
freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah.
And you go see a bunch of naked ladies.
Yeah. Because you're like, I'll never get to go
see other
flirt
again.
and see other girls again. Which is so stupid.
Yeah, it seems strange.
Because it's like, hey, I'm in a committed relationship right now with a girl, and now we're going to tie the knot and get married and do the ultimate commitment together. So between those 2 points, let's go see a bunch of naked ladies.
And I mean, with the advent of like the internet and stuff like that, it's like you can see boobs whenever you want.
Yeah, maybe it was more of an old school thing where it was harder to.
It was harder to see boobs, I guess.
For effortless boobs, this was your only option, was the Peelers.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you can just go on the internet.
It wasn't a bad experience.
No,
it was fine. The first thing I want to talk about is when we enter, we have to pay a cover fee.
Yep.
What I noticed was that on the machine for the cover fee, they had a tip option.
Really?
Yes. They asked you for a tip on your cover fee.
Were you paying by debit?
I was paying with my Visa.
Okay. Man, they asked for a tip on fucking everything.
It just seems so strange to me.
Okay, that's a whole separate discussion, is tipping.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
We can do that at the end.
Tipping at the strippers. Tipping on a cover fee.
On the cover fee. Tipping at strippers at the bartender, okay. For a lap dance, okay. At the counter where they're dancing, okay. Cover fee? No.
Yeah, it just seems so strange to me. So I selected no and just walked
Fuck
out.
you.
Yeah, walked away. But it just seemed so jarring to me.
Yeah, no, that's not right.
Tip 15 to 20% on.
And what was the cover
fee? It was like $8 or something like that.
Was that it? I remember I paid cash.
Yeah.
So I don't remember what it exactly came out to.
Or something like that.
But yeah, here's a 20. They gave me some number back. Okay.
Yeah. So then we go in there. We're hanging out, and there's just music blasting, and and topless women walking around. Perfectly fine. I walk up and grab a beer, and I was more interested in the people that were there than the women.
Jason's people watching.
Yeah, because there was a gentleman there, absolutely harming no one, but just looked so strange and out of place.
Oh my god.
Like he was probably a little older than us.
I want to say early 40s.
Probably something like that.
Yeah.
Had a fucking skullet.
Skullet. An actual skullet.
Yeah, which was the first time I've ever seen that in the wild.
Oof.
And he was just sitting there having a beer at a table by himself, watching the peelers.
Doing his thing.
Yeah, and he was harming no one. And I thought it was so interesting. And like his looks are a little off-putting, but like he's not harming anyone, right? He's not grossing the women out. He's just there enjoying his time and having a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought, wow, I stayed and I probably watched that guy for a good 15 minutes.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Yeah, I was just trying to build this whole backstory in my head about who he is, where he's from, his motivations to be there.
Just fascinated.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you were there for a little while and then something happened. You get called over to the group of guys.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently they had paid for or partially paid for strippers for you.
Yeah. So Christian apparently wanted to do me a favor. Not that I'm the bachelor, dude. I don't know why, but I guess he just decided it is my time. So he was trying to pay for a lap dance for me, and for one girl it was $100, I guess. And then somehow a second girl showed up, and they're like, "Oh, it's gonna be $200 for the two girls." And I think they were just trying to scam for extra money or something.
Okay.
So yeah, so they call me over and I walk up and then they're talking about price and blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, "Oh, let's get you a lap dance." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." And then they're like, "Oh, we need another 100. And I'm like, "Okay." Pull $100 out of my wallet. So yeah, so I went and got
Okay. Because the way the guys described it was that you walked up, they say, "We're getting your lap dance." You're like, "All right." And you sat down your drink and you were ready to go.
Oh yeah. No, and that was the funniest thing was Christian was like, "I thought there was going to be some pushback of no, what are you talking about, dude?" Yeah, I just walked up and was like, "We're getting you a lap dance." Okay.
I mean, how do you say no to a free lap dance? Or some partially free lap dance?
Yeah, or just even a lap dance to pay for. I'm not opposed to this idea. I'm not going to say.
I mean, I think your response was a perfectly normal response.
Because
You disappeared for 10, 15 minutes?
10, 15. I'm trying to remember. Had I gotten a lap dance?
In New Zealand?
No.
No.
And that's the only other time we've been to the peelers.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I thinking of? Anyways, yeah, no. Okay, so I guess that was my first
Lap dance.
lap dance.
Okay.
Okay.
Good on you.
It was interesting.
You get taken to the back room.
Get to take into your room, your little phone booth section. They're doing their dance. I'm just kind of sitting there.
That's the other thing that I wanted to talk about is since we're on this peelers thing is the etiquette behind it.
Yep.
Because I guess there's no ever. I mean, some places probably have written rules.
I'm
on the
sure
walls
there's a
and stuff
written
like
rule
that.
somewhere if you actually ask for it.
But the general rule of thumb, I think from all the TV and the movies we watch is no touching.
That was the one idea I came in with. I was like, touching's not allowed. And I think you're right. It's just taken from pop culture, just from the general society. It just, that was a thing. So I don't know if that was an official rule or not. That was the rule I went with.
So you're sitting there with your hands up.
So, well, yeah, I tried doing this. So at one point, I'm sitting like this. And they're doing their dance, and then she's trying to throw her leg up. She's like, "Hey, could you just move your arms for a little bit?" Oh yeah, sorry about that.
It's like a haircut, when they're trying to trim you. It's like, "Yep, tilt your head forward."
Yeah, down. Okay. And come back. Yeah. Follow the directions.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I don't know what other rules you could think of during that, but I mean, it's mostly just you sit back, let them do their thing. Yeah, it was good.
Okay, so while they're doing their show, are you treating it like a stage play where it's you don't talk, you just let them do their performance?
Yes. Oh god, I would see Dan fucking start chatting with them about random bullshit.
Dan's sitting there going, "So, what got you into this business?"
Oh no, that's Matt. Matt would fuck it up and get kicked out. Dan would be like, they'd start dancing. Go, "Okay, do you know about the orc faction in 40K lore? Let me tell you about this." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" So
You have a strange mole there. You should probably get that checked out.
probably not. It's not cancerous, but I just want to get it looked into.
It's a little weirdly shaped.
Yeah.
It's just a little concerning. You should probably go get that checked out.
Oh my god, yeah, he would just... No, I don't... I guess maybe if you're more confident and or like a player, you could make the smooth chat with him and shit like that, but it's like, we all know why we're here. I'm paying for it, you're doing your job. It's kind of a business transaction at this point. I'm just gonna sit back and chill.
You're sitting there going, all right, I don't want the fluff, all right? I paid for a service. I'm just here for the service.
I don't know. And I mean, like, I'm an awkward person, so, like, I'm not going to sit and try and make small talk. Like, I'm just going to make it awkward as fuck. I know that. I can guarantee if I tried talking and starting a conversation to be like, what are you doing? Just let us do our thing. So, you girls dance. I'll sit back and enjoy.
Okay. And the other thing I wanted to talk or to mention was that this is those girls' jobs. They're there to do a performance.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume they would have to do, several performances a night.
Mm-hmm.
Were they kind of just phoning it in, or?
Yes. So for the actual, like, dance and all that stuff, no. It looked like they kind of had some sort of routine or a typical general thing that they would do, and they had... I don't know if it'd be like a completely set process of like, I'm going to do this, or it's just like, here's some basic moves and basic gyrations and blah, 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 and do your thing. Okay. The funniest fucking part to me that I tried not to burst out laughing during was twice during it. One girl kind of bent over and the other girl got up, kind of up into her butt, like she's eating her out. But you could see the gap of not 1 inch, like 4 to 6 inch gap that she is behind there, and then she starts doing the like she's eating her out. I'm just like, am I supposed to buy into this? Like, am I supposed to be believing this right now? Because you're making it pretty hard for me here.
Like, there's a big jump for that suspension.
There's watching wrestling and trying to believe, and then there was watching this and being like, yeah, no, I can't even pretend to fake that this is legit. Like, I'm just like, all right, cool, thank you for that. And then, so that was the first one. And then the second one was the girl turned around and kind of, I think she was on a stool or something so that she could lean back, and the other girl got up into her junk. Same thing, like there's a good fucking 6 inch, and she starts doing the, and then the other girl's going, I'm coming. And she does one of those, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, are you fucking really? Are you serious? You're not buying this. I'm not buying this. No one here is buying this. We didn't have to do this. We could have just left this. And maybe it's the guys who are just so fucking drunk and absolutely smashed when they go in there that they're like, oh yeah, they were totally into it and stuff.
Hot.
Yeah, this is real and everything. Like, I guess I wasn't that far plastered. Because I'm sitting there, I'm like,
well, you weren't that far plastered, but somehow the next morning you were absolutely done.
that's another story.
Yeah, but so while you were in there, me and Dan were watching the dances on the main stage, and I mean, they were nice to look at. I think the thing that really sort of drew our attention was just the athleticism behind it all.
Yeah.
And me and Dan were sitting there going, wow, that takes a lot of muscles and energy and like
Core strength.
yeah,
Yeah.
on some of the stuff they're doing. And I think we were more impressed with that than, the bare breasts
The
that were
boobies.
in front of us.
Dan's there for the 6-pack.
Yeah. Oh, and then at some point, Dan did mention that two peelers were talking to him, I guess trying to get a lap dance out of him or something like that. He was just too busy asking questions about, who they were,
Oh my
why
God.
they were there, and like the girls just quickly realized and just like left.
Yeah. Dan and Matt are the wrong people for that type of place. They just do it wrong. And it's just because of who they are. But like, they go in and ask questions that you're like, you don't ask those questions at a Peelers Club. You don't learn about the girls. You don't know why they're there. Because that's an open swoon.
It just makes things a little more sad.
Sad and awkward and terrible. Like, they don't belong in places
they're
like that.
sitting there having small talk, trying to chat up these people.
And it's like, I feel there's kind of two ways you can go about it, where you go in, again, charismatic and the player, and you're trying to hit on the girls as much as they're hitting on you, and everyone's having a good time. Or you do it as kind of what I try doing, is the silent observer, where it's just like, we know where we're here, I'm going to just sit here and appreciate, you do your thing, we all happy.
You get your money, I get to go.
Yeah, exactly. I get to see what I see, and we don't try and make more of this than it has to be.
We don't have to lie to ourselves anymore.
I'm not gonna pretend I'm gonna win you over. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm fucking. Oh yeah, she's totally gonna come home with me because it's the no. They're here to work their 9 to 5.
Yeah, yeah. Or it'd be a 5 to 9.
The opposite. But yeah, so no. And honestly, I can see why. Like we had talked before, where it's like it felt like there's kind of two groups of our like in our group of people who went on this stag. There was kind of like the frat boys, and then the
Us
chill,
introverts.
the introvert chill group. And if it had been up to the introverts, we wouldn't have gone to a peelers. Because in my mind, I don't think Matt would have wanted to go to one.
Yeah.
Is my thought. I don't know how he felt about it afterwards. I didn't really talk to him as much. Did you?
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
So it's like, I don't know if he was okay with it or not, but I'm just like, just my sense of Matt.
I mean, he's already had a terrible time in New Zealand at a strip club, so.
Oh, like, yeah, again,
on
because
top of that,
he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He just doesn't belong at strip clubs. He just doesn't.
Okay. So the other patrons at this strip club, I noticed that there were a couple of like older gentlemen who have brought their wives there. And it was
Seriously?
it was really weird.
That's a interesting relationship.
I guess they're comfortable with.
Maybe it's the idea of you can look as much as you want as long as you don't touch. Kind of, idea there.
Okay. So it's just like staring at, nude photos or watching porn. It's just as long as you don't participate.
Yeah, as long as you're not actually trying to flirt and hook up with or like actually do something with another girl.
Okay. Who knows? Those guys could have had an open relationship too.
Could
So.
have been that too. They were there to pick up a stripper.
That's what's gonna really spice up your relationship is you toss a stripper in there.
Oh my god. And also the fact that like there's one thing to okay, I'm okay with you doing that, and second of hey, I'll come with you to the fucking strip club.
Hey, maybe that's their thing. They like to watch. I don't know. Okay.
Or maybe she's into it too. That is either a very strong relationship or a very weak one. I don't know. I feel like you could only be on the two extremes. That's not a neutral.
It's an either or situation there.
That's either like you're the best fucking couple, rock solid. I don't know. And I will say, I think just value-wise, it's not really worth it.
No.
Because it's like, yeah, like you said, you can just go watch porn. You can find titties on the internet. I know it's not in real life, but it's like, man, for all the amount you have to pay and deal with to be in a strip club.
I mean, like, most people be like, they're real, they're right in front of you. But again, it goes back to that etiquette. No touching.
You're not allowed to touch. You're not picking them up, I guarantee it. You're not going to bring them home with you. I guess, yeah, it's the fact that it's live. It's expensive, though.
Yeah. Yeah, because you paid, what, $300 for two girls for 15 minutes of their time?
200.
200?
200.
Okay. 200 for, two girls for 15 minutes of their time?
Way too expensive.
Yeah.
Whatever. I just take it as it was a fun experience.
You only get to do it a handful of times, right? It's not like...
No strip clubs here in Saskatchewan.
Exactly.
We're dry.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you had a lot of fun there, and then the next morning you died.
Oh my god. I haven't been that sick in a long time. And I don't know what it was.
I see this sort of trend happening with you a lot.
I know.
We go out, we have fun, you die a day, and then we just...
I'll come back later.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Connor mentioned the same thing. It happened at Dan's cabin.
It
I
happened at
completely
Connor's
died.
cabin.
Yeah.
That was heat stroke.
First of all, that was heat stroke. And second of all, I was only down and out for like an hour.
Yeah.
Just because I went and laid down, cooled shade, had some water, and I was good. The other two were like, I fucking died until the evening. And thinking about it, it's like I didn't have that many drinks.
No.
It wasn't like I was absolutely fucking plastered.
Maybe those strippers spiked your drink.
Could have, for all I know. Spiked the air in the fucking booth.
They have those drugs just like on their rear ends, and it just like spoofs off of.
God. I don't know exactly what I could point it out to, because like for supper we went to that restaurant and it seemed like a decent meal, so I don't know if it was really, I don't think food poisoning.
No,
Or at
no. I
least I
mean,
don't.
if it was food poisoning, everybody else would have been down too, because they're all eating there.
Yeah, at least someone else would have. And it's like I think I just had a pretty. I think I had the steak sandwich, and like 3 other people had steak sandwich.
Okay.
So
Wasn't that?
I wouldn't have been
Wasn't
that.
wasn't the pizza?
I did have pizza late night, didn't I?
I don't
Yeah,
know. I went to bed before you guys.
No, yeah. I'm sure I had at least a slice or 2, but I mean, you can't fuck up pizza, so I'm not gonna blame the pizza.
I had to.
Didn't have that many drinks. I don't know.
I don't know. An off day. You're dehydrated.
Something fucking just crushed.
You were dead, and just you missed the whole entire Saturday.
Yeah, so it's like, I woke up and I had to go to the bathroom every 15 to 20 minutes to go puke. And like by the end of it, when I went downstairs, because I was like, I just need to be in a different bathroom than no one else, not hog it up from everyone's. But it's like, literally downstairs, like every 20 minutes I would get up to puke. And it's just like, by the end, it's just that gastric acid at the bottom of your stomach because there was nothing left. It just sucked.
Well, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, that was Matty on Sunday.
Yeah, he was done.
Yeah, he was done too. He died then. Threw up in a mall bathroom.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that Saturday. Yeah, so you guys walked to the
We walked to the
hockey game.
Saddle Dome. Saw the hockey game. That was a lot of fucking walking that day.
I can't believe you guys walked it. When
Yeah.
Stefan suggested that, I was like, man, you're
We
a
did
beast.
about an hour or so.
Oh my god,
Hour and a half of walking.
that's insane.
And then we were in the press levels for the dome, which is at the very, very top. So we had to walk up all the way up there too. And
Shit ton of stairs.
yeah. And then we decided to walk to the bar afterwards. So
Wasn't there a bunch of stairs there too?
Yes. Yeah, everyone's dying on the stairs.
What are you doing?
We wanted to give up halfway through, but there's people behind us and we couldn't stop.
Oh my god, you're committed at that
Yeah.
point. Fuck, I don't know how Dan survived. Holy shit.
Yeah, Dan did pretty well. I think at a couple of points during the walk, he kind of like dipped out and just
Yeah.
like had it lay on the grass.
Yeah, he mentioned that. And that's why I really wish I'd gone with, so I could be with Dan, and me and him could be the fucking anchors at the back of the team. Because I'd have been fucking dying. An hour walk? Oh my god.
I might have sobered you up by then.
Yeah, if like, even if I was just sort of hungover, yeah, it would have been okay.
Yeah.
But, man, fuck. Y'all beasts.
So, all in all, did you have fun?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say I had fun. Could have been a lot better. Obviously, 1, with the feeling bad, and 2, maybe not quite the crowd I was looking for, but
Yeah, when Matty or Dan told us there was 18 people showing up, it's like, man, that's a lot of people.
it's a lot of people, and I didn't even think about it until we literally got to the Airbnb of like, oh, right, this isn't just all of our super close friends we hang out with all the time. It's other people too. And I was like, yeah, I forgot about that part.
Now we have the social. I mean, they're good guys.
They're good guys. Oh, they're great
fantastic
guys.
people.
Yeah.
It was a blast hanging out with all of them. It's
Yeah,
just,
super friendly and all that.
yeah.
Just
It was just it wasn't what you were expecting.
yeah, I think I kind of walked in with a slightly different expectation. I was like, right, yep, this is what it should be, and I was wrong. Like, this is obviously what it would be.
Yeah.
Stupid, but
Good. I mean, have you ever been to like one of those big bachelor parties before?
no.
Were you invited to Stefan's bachelor?
What did he do?
He went to Vegas.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't go on that. That was only a few people, wasn't it? Like, it wasn't only.
I think it was most of his fam. Like
it was his brothers, Kaylin.
Matty was there.
Matt was there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Why did Matt go?
I don't know. Maybe Stefan felt bad for not having him in the wedding party.
Sure.
I don't know.
I don't even know if I got invited and I couldn't go, or if it was just strictly.
Stefan didn't invite us. He didn't want us there.
Okay. How did Matt get the cut? Interesting.
Fuck Stefan.
Fuck Stefan. I don't know. That's just funny. But like, that one was a smaller.
Yeah.
That wasn't huge.
Connor's. I think
Was
they just
the
went
cabin.
golfing.
Oh.
They went golfing because his brothers and then like a handful of friends still went golfing
Right.
with them. I think Carter was there too.
Right.
Did we go up to his cabin for a little while?
We did go to his cabin. I don't know if that was a stag thing or just a
weekend
weekend that we ended up having.
I think that was just like a weekend on August long or something like that.
Could have been. What was the one when Kevin might have been there. Ian joined in, and
That was Kevin's.
that was Kevin's stag.
And that was up at Connor's cabin.
Yes, and again, like, sort of bigger group, but it's just all the close friends.
Yeah.
So I don't think anyone's had a stag where it was just a mad ass party.
All right, so my stag will be a 2-day LARP. We all have to be in character.
Oh my god. We go out to a field somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all dressed to the nines. Everyone's in character.
Dan would absolutely crush that.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. Like, he would fucking... That would be his paradise.
Yeah, Dan gets to be the dwarf that he's always wanted to be.
Become a dwarf. Or an orc. Whatever he's into at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking LARP.
Yeah, that's we'll do the full, full nines. Everyone gets costumes, characters, backgrounds, all that fun stuff.
That sounds funny. Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
But Matty's probably going to be the last one getting married for a while.
Well, I mean,
'Cause it's
we
down to-
have the group of friends, which I call the faithful husbands,
Yeah.
and then the other half of the group, which I call the forever alones.
Yeah.
All right, it's four
For...
and four, because that's what I have
Oh
in my
shit, it
wrestling
is
game.
split even. Oh my god.
That's what I have in my wrestling game, right?
Yep.
We have the groups 4 and 4. So the faithful husbands, we have Connor, we have Matty, we got Kevin, we got Stefan.
Yeah.
All right, and then the forever alones is me, you, Sil, and Dan.
Yep. And I don't see that changing too soon. There's a reason it's called Forever Alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a while unless someone accidentally knocks someone up.
Dan.
And Sil. No, knocking each other up.
Oh. Holy shit. Oh boy.
That's gonna be a fun one to explain.
Someone goes, "Do you know what consent means, Dan?" I said no. Oh Lord. Yeah. So yeah, we just got one more wedding to do, and then that'll be the end of it for a while. Yeah, people getting older.
All right. Speaking of people getting older, do you find that you have less enthusiasm to play as many video games as we used to? Because I look at like all the announcement going on right now, where it's like Nintendo Direct or whatever. They announce a bunch of their video games. Sony did their own thing and whatnot. And it's like, cool, great, all these brand new games. I don't want to play any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's like maybe like a handful of games, like the new Breath of the Wild, that Zelda game, or something like that. But then everything else is like, I'll take a pass on that, or I'll get that when it's on sale, not like when it comes out.
Right. Yeah, you're not like super excited.
Yeah.
Okay, my question to you is, do you think it's not as much excitement about the video game, or is it not as much time to devote to playing video games?
I would say it's about 50-50 for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, I mean, like, even when I do have times to play video game, I'm going back and I'm playing an old ROM of Pokemon Red.
Yeah.
Or, like, I find some, like, fan-made versions of the game that just ups the difficulty incredibly hard. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll play that.
Yeah.
Or, like, I will go and I spend, $2,000 building my computer and, like, I play Minecraft on it.
Watch YouTube.
Yeah.
But it can run fucking Crisis at 4K.
Yeah, it can do all this cool ass stuff, but it's like I'm playing Pokemon Stadium, GoldenEye on a hacked emulator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and your graphics card's sitting there like, I haven't even started working yet. I'm on baseline here.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit less passion, a little bit less time, and yeah, like, as much as I hate it, it's like you do have a bit of time to game. You kind of go back to the nostalgia, the favorites.
Well, I mean, it might also be the fact that all these new games are like, when you try and get into it, there's like crazy mechanics and like additional shit or lore you have to learn. It's like, I don't want to do that. I just want to go into something I can just quickly turn on and play for, an hour and a half, and then leave.
I don't know if I agree 100% with that.
Okay. Maybe it's just me then. Yeah.
I think it depends on what you're playing, for sure.
Do you find that because sometimes your gaming sessions are few and far between, that if you have a game that's very story driven, you're like, I don't know where I am. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna have to restart.
Yep.
And you do that several times because
every time you get like 10 hours in, and then you restart. 10 hours in, restart. And you're like, I've put 40 hours into this game.
I just don't know what's going on.
Remember. Actually, there's one I did drop. It was the Fire Emblem, one of the newer ones.
Oh yeah, like the 3 houses or something.
I think it was 3 houses, and it's like it was an enjoyable game, and I was kind of having fun with it, and I probably put a good 20 to 30 hours. I actually gamed it a bit, and I just stopped at one point. And yeah, if I went back now, I'd have no fucking clue what is going on in that game. So it's like, do you just try and keep running that?
Yeah, do you just go in and just like try and play through it, or it's like,
yeah,
I gotta fucking restart.
Yeah, I don't think I could restart because it's just that took so much fucking time and effort.
Yeah, especially on those games where it's like a lot of lore and story based.
Yeah, and it's like at this point I would have no idea who the characters are or what I was doing. You could try and do some sort of like walkthrough summary thing to try and find online and give you a basic idea of the story. Maybe up to the point you are. It'd help a little bit.
Yeah. At this point, I might as well just record all my gameplay and then just create a little mini last time on.
Yeah. I swear there's a game, I don't think it was an older game, I'm sure, where it was like every time you booted it up, it would do some sort of like last time you were playing, and it gave this short description. Probably just like, oh, here's the last cutscene that you would have seen and the last quest dialogue you might have done. But I'm like, holy shit, that's a good idea, dude.
Treat it like an episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, last time on Dragon Ball. Yeah, seriously. Just, even if it's the next day and you jump in, you're like, all right, what was I doing? And it's like, hey, you met this character, you saw this cutscene, and you're doing this quest right now. And you're like, fucking A, bud.
Hey, you were trying to grind for this one specific piece of item, and it took you 6 hours, and you still haven't gotten it.
For some strange reason, you just kept going back to this field again and again and again.
You have decimated the wild population. Nothing grows here anymore.
Man, that was such a cool mechanic of Final Fantasy 13-3. Did you ever play that one?
Yes.
Where you could fucking genocide an enemy.
Yeah.
That is so cool. That was fascinating to me. As like, and so I don't know. I completed that game. I think I did like 100% or as much as I could. And yeah, I fucking genocided every enemy. So at some point at the end of the game, I was running around in empty fields, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking weird, dude. There might have been a few bosses walking around, but it's just like, it's empty. I killed them all. They're all gone.
This is because of me.
I did this. That one also had one of the mechanics that I hate in video games, which is a timer. Like a
like
set hard timer.
Yeah, like you have to get things done by this date.
Yeah.
Or it gates you out.
Yeah. Or even just restarts the game. Because I think 13.3, I don't know if I did experience it once, where you had, say, 40 hours in-game time, and once that time limit happens, the game's over. You've lost.
Oh.
It restarts.
So it's like the old Majora's Mask or whatever, where it's like you have 3 days.
You have 3 days, and if you don't...
in Majora's Mask, you're able to reset the time.
Yeah, how did that one work?
So in Majora's Mask, you would have 3 days until the moon came and fell on you.
Right.
But you could play the Song of Time to reset back to the very beginning of the 3 days.
Really?
And you would go back to your default state back then, but you would carry over certain key items and stuff like that traveled with you.
Right, but like other parts of the world reset.
Yeah.
So like say you were halfway through a dungeon and you reset it, that dungeon would probably get
Yeah. Yeah, or it's like, what is it? You go and you find a chest that has like, silver rupee in it, and it gives you 100 rupees or whatever. And it's like, you go and spend that on consumables, and you do your the dungeon. You pass that, you reset the time. That chest all of a sudden has that silver rupee in there again.
Oh,
so you can go back and grab it, and then spend it on other things to help you get through another
different thing you have to buy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. There was also, you could slow down time with a song, I think.
Yes.
So you could,
and you can speed up time as well.
So you could get a little bit extra. Yeah, I never played that one because I absolutely hated that mechanic, and it just stresses me right out.
Okay.
And then with Final Fantasy, you could stop time temporarily, and it costs those ATB gauges.
Yep.
That you could earn from fighting. So I learned the strat online. They're like, literally just once you learn that skill, freeze time, keep doing all your shit, and make sure to do enough fights during the frozen time. You'll earn your 2 ATB gauges back, and then you just freeze time when it's over. You just need to make sure to do like 6 or 7 fights in that time period. So literally, I think they give you, I think it's like 7 days, and then as you do more quests, you unlock more days to up to like 13.
Yeah.
I had unlocked all 13 days by like day 4 because I froze time always. Never let it go
Yeah.
ticking. So
Cool.
that was nice because, like I said, if I just have to play under a time limit, it stresses me right out. I can't play those games.
Ooh.
So that one, once I learned you can freeze time and actually just be chill about it, then
Oh, then you wouldn't have liked those. Was it those Dead Rising games where it's like you have to? There's a span of like a week or something like that you have to survive and like beat certain key missions at certain times.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives you a lot of free time. In between all of that stuff, and it's like you can go rescue people or like you can do other things, but there's specific times that if you don't do it by then, it just locks you out, and like people die or like things happen in the mall that changes the layout of things.
Okay.
And I think when I was playing that, there was a lot of stress in like, okay, I had to make sure that I got all this stuff done so that I was geared to make the boss fight, and that I had to get there at a certain time to actually be able to complete that boss fight.
Right.
Or otherwise, it just ends the game on you because you didn't complete the necessary objectives.
Okay. And it's like you can't just get it done right off the bat because you're probably not geared enough for it.
Or it's what is it? In 2, you have a daughter who needs regular zombie antidote shots because she got bit.
Okay.
So like you have to go and find it first and foremost, and that takes a bit of time, and then you have to deliver it to her specifically within a certain time window, or she dies.
Right.
And that was always stressful to make sure that I had the stuff,
Yeah.
and that I had enough time to make it back to her to do the stuff, even if I was in the middle of a mission or something like that. It's like, okay, I gotta wrap this up in the next 15 minutes here, so I have enough time to run back to her.
Oh, that is stressful.
Yeah.
Ugh. No, I probably wouldn't like that. I was kind of thinking similar to Persona, with you have to beat the dungeon by X time.
Yeah, but they give you like weeks.
They give you tons of time, and you can if you're
smart
if
enough.
you're smart enough, or it's on an easy difficulty, you can one day that shit. So
I usually beat that in like the first like 4 or 5 days, and then I'll have like a week and a half to just do random shit.
yeah. So that one is so lenient that it's like, oh, thank you. You're not stressing me out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking with that. It's how you feel about gaming, where it's fucking. I've been trying to play Pokemon Arceus,
Yeah.
and just to like sit down and play for an hour, maybe 2 hours, like you have to push yourself to actually do it.
Yeah.
Like I have to motivate myself to go play
You have to
a video
motivate
game.
yourself to do it, and it's like
It's weird.
I find it's like, okay, well, if I'm doing this, I'm not cleaning my dishes, I'm not doing my laundry. It's just gonna pile up all of these other chores that I have to do. I'm like, I'm just gonna postpone playing video games, and I'm just gonna go do chores instead.
Right.
And that's just again us being adults now.
Yeah. That's why I tried to do you get everything done so you have your free time.
Yeah.
And it's not worrying on you.
Yeah.
And it's like I have plenty of free time. I could be gaming way more than I am. It's just, I guess, the motivation's just not there, which is weird. And there's a couple games lately where I do want to play them.
It's just you have to find that motivation to play them.
Fucking apparently. I didn't know it was so hard to play video games. What the shit, bro?
Oh man, remember the days where we'd start playing video games at 6 and not finish until like 2-3 o'clock in the morning?
Fucking just a gaming session.
Yeah.
Ignore everything around you.
Yeah.
And just keep going. It also might be a little bit because, like, I'm playing, the Pokemon right now. Maybe it's just not that fun. Because it's like after an hour, I'm like,
Legends of Arceus, they really changed up the formatting
Yeah.
of it all. Because that was the one that you have to. Is that the one where it's like the first 3D one that you guys actually throw Pokeballs at the?
I think so.
And like you're not like wandering around grass and all of a sudden it pops out of nowhere. Like you actually see sprites of these Pokemon.
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
I can't remember what the term is for it, but yeah, like they're running around the map and
Yeah,
you
it's
see
like
them.
open world and stuff like that.
Not
Okay.
random battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would have been the first one to do that.
Okay.
I want to say.
I don't know. Maybe that game's just not your cup of tea. If I gave you a copy of, Pokemon Ruby or Sapphire or something like that on a ROM,
Fuck, I'd probably like it more.
you'd be able to crush that out, right?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah. There's just a few things about the Pokemon games where it's like, why'd they change this? Fucking EXP share.
Yeah.
Why?
EXP candies and all this other
Candies is
bullshit.
whatever, but forced EXP share is the problem.
Yeah.
Let me turn it off.
Yeah.
For the love of God. But the one good thing about Arceus was I could get my EV team early.
Okay, so along with video games and finding the time to do so, like when we were younger, every weekend we'd be playing video games together. Nowadays, it is a fucking grind to be able to find time for everybody to join up and play video games.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Man, life catches up with you. But it's definitely especially tougher for the married group.
Yeah,
Once you have a
significant
significant other.
others. I mean, Connor's got a kid.
And once you have kids, holy shit, does that really eat up the time? So I can see, like, I understand with them where it's like, man, there's so many other commitments they have to fucking worry about. It's tough to plan.
Yeah. I just miss like being able to play something stupid with you guys for like an hour or two.
Oh, easily. And it was so easy because it'd be Friday night. And it's just like, once you hit 6, 7 p.m.,
Everyone's free.
you go online and everyone's there. You
Yeah.
didn't even have to schedule it. People just showed up.
People were just there.
Because that's what we were doing.
What was it? Matty showed up yesterday. He's like, "Where the fuck is everybody?" And we're like,
That was
"We're
funny.
busy doing other shit."
Nobody scheduled it. We didn't make a plan for this.
Yeah. Now we have to let each other know in advance, like 3 days notice.
Oh, God. That's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we kind of got a slight, like a preview of that with Stefan and trying to book him in advance all these
Yes,
years.
but this is video games. This is different.
Yeah, this part's hard.
Everyone's down to video game.
And it's funny, like, between us, the Forever Alone, like, Sylvan's usually down. Sometimes he's tired on Fridays. Dan would be down, but he's either raiding or
He's got other commitments.
programming. I've got no excuse.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
I'll just always be on Discord waiting.
Just in there.
Just
alone,
one guy in the lobby.
alone with your thoughts.
Actually, it would help a little bit if I could get my Discord working better when I'm playing other shit. So you just kind of have it in the background.
Why don't you run Discord off of one of your laptops?
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Take the strain off.
Or I
your...
could fucking do it on my phone. Yeah, you can do it on your phone.
Yeah.
That'd be so easy. Also, I have the fucking like 18 different headphones in my house.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I just bought some.
You bought more?
Okay, so one of my biggest gripes of living in an apartment is I keep trying to be considerate of all my neighbors. So I listen, like when I'm watching TV or playing video games or
It's
listening to
always through
music, 95% of the time it's through headphones. And I always have the big over-ear poofy fucking solid ones.
Yeah.
So when I was watching TV at night and I kind of want to lay down while watching it, you can't because they're fucking giant and just in the way. So I bought this thing. It's like a sweat headband that has little speakers in there.
Okay.
So I bought one of those, and it works. It's not perfect because it's still a solid speaker. So when you lay down on the pillow, it still kind of
Hurts.
it grinds a little bit. It's way better than what I had before. So like it's the best it can do. The fucking worst part was it's on Bluetooth,
Ooh, okay.
which is good. Everything has Bluetooth nowadays.
It's fine. She's got to be charging that thing. And...
Yeah, that's whatever. The problem was that my desktop that I've had for like fucking
Oh,
12 years
doesn't have Bluetooth
didn't
in
have
it.
Bluetooth. So I had to buy a fucking adapter for that.
You
So
gotta get a dongle for that.
fucking wait. Ended up being more expensive than I expected with all this.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. I think we're gonna call it there. Just a short little thing here.
Just to catch up.
Yeah, just to catch up. I just want to say thank you, Ray, for being the only one to join up. I think out of the group, appearance wise, it goes me and then you and then Christian.
Seriously? Yeah, Christian's been crushing it.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of the earlier seasons. I think I was crushing it pretty good.
Yeah. Well, that's different when you're in town versus living out of town, right?
And again, it was you could have called me up that day and be like, "Hey, come to the podcast." Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have nothing going on.
Yeah.
But we're doing it.
Yeah.
We'll try and get more out.
We'll try and maybe
Try.
get on a better consistent schedule or something.
That would be something.
I mean, we used to do every week,
And then it was every second week.
and then now it's just whenever we have time.
Whenever someone shows up.
Yeah.
When I'm sitting alone in the Discord call, there's Jason sitting alone at the table here with the camera on.
If it was the only one way to match those up together.
If only.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining me, Ray.
My pleasure.
All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Yay.
How long is that?